The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 327. You get the Nasdaq up 70, S&P's up 28. Gold contract up $2.30, trading at $15.52 an ounce. We have silver down a penny at $17.55. Light sweet crude finally caught a little bid here. We got it up $1.90, $51.52 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year down 12 ticks, 130.16. The 30-year off almost a point at 160.105. Now, what you had yesterday, folks, it had pulled back. It was still pulling back into a tremendous amount of volume with lighter volume. Today, you get some volume, though, so we'll see how this 10 and 30 react to this market out here today. King dollar's up 300 ticks, trading 98.265. The euro's at 110. The yen is at 109.81, and the pound is at 129 to $1 US. We got a little action on that Nasdaq at the open, huh?
Yeah, I pulled up a chart, man. We were trying to figure out exactly what it was that sold off, but you have the Nasdaq 100 right at 930, go from 94.56 down to 93.80, and the Nasdaq a little bit of a laggard right now compared to the other indices, but still, you know.
Volatility in spades.
That's for sure.
Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade. Think or Swim, as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, if you want to understand defined risk, the option market, the future market, strategies inside those markets, great program, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time every trading day. If you haven't test driven yet the Think or Swim platform, you're sitting on the website. Pull it up, folks. Great platform to trade, whether it's options, whether it's futures, whether it's currencies, all of the above. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. Another day, guys. Another day, another big move. The fascinating trade today that you guys were just mentioning, I think, is crude oil. Crude oil's had a really interesting night if you look at the overnight trade, because it got down well below $50.
Yeah.
And then, this news about reports coming out about a drug breakthrough with the coronavirus and some of the speculation with our futures in that market. And it just feels like there's growing confidence about some resolution to the coronavirus, and crude oil took off. Even though the API number that came out last night, yesterday afternoon, was pretty big build in that number. So that was pretty bearish for crude oil. But it just shows you the overall, effect that the China market has on crude oil in terms of the demand side of the spectrum. So. Nice big update here in crude today because of, I think, a dissipating worry out of China. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet, though, in my opinion.
Yes, no, and it's amazing. The first thing I did, I says, okay, what's hitting ExxonMobil? I mean, Exxon has been a dog for so long, and needless to say, I mean, it's up $1.47, but guess what? It's the first day it's been up like in 3 weeks. I mean, it's down from $70. You know what I mean?
All you got to do is correlate some of these names to crude oil futures, and the correlation's pretty strong.
Yes.
And crude oil's been really beat up over the last couple of weeks. Pretty amazing how volatile it's been.
Yes. Kevin, yesterday, Tommy and I brought up Tesla in the Think or Swim charts and the platform, and it was pretty cool because at the money, puts and calls, were approximately $75 to $80.
Okay.
And yesterday, intraday, remember, it went both ways.
It sure did.
It went both ways, that amount, which was just crazy, man. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like,
you're getting some incredible day-to-day, hour-to-hour movement. Look at the 1 day, 1 minute Tesla chart from the end of the day yesterday. Look at the drop.
That was
incredible.
Wasn't it?
And that's what you're going to get in Tesla now up at these levels. It's going to get pretty wafer thin here.
Yes. And what Kevin's relating to, folks, okay, I was on the air when this was happening in the afternoon, and it was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Tommy's got it up in the Think or Swim chart right now. At 15:48, it was 968. And then at the close, it was, it's even better, 4 minutes later.
6 minutes later, yeah. From 348 to 354, right? You go from that 968 to 860. $108.
Yeah, $100. Yow.
Yeah.
That kind of a trade, guys, is not for the meek.
No. And that's why.
Because that's like musical chairs, and the music stopped.
There's no doubt. And I mean, that's why we talk options, folks. That's why we talk divine risk. And, you know, there's plenty of folks that, you know, the last time I've seen moves like this actually was like 96 and 97. So depending where you've been in the marketplace and how old you are, this gets insane, folks. Okay?
Maybe they finally got all those shorts out of there, man, which would be a bummer for the shorts because they just missed a $170 move in the price from last night to this morning.
And
you know, guys, I was just having this discussion with someone here at TD Ameritrade, and it's like, who would buy Tesla up at these levels? And the answer is people that have to.
Right.
yes.
People that are covering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I believe that the 13F filings, let's see. So some of them will be out now, but a lot of them will be out in about another 5 days. And what that is, folks, is that the biggest owners of all the equities, you know, it's basically 40, 45 days later after the quarter, because it's going to be really intriguing to see who came in, who came out, and who may have, you know, made a good amount of money, lost a good amount of money, all of the above inside there, because we're still running at a 17% short interest yesterday. It's like, I can't even figure that out, man.
Even just looking at the shares that traded hands, we got a 15-minute bar up on the Thinkorswim platform, and at 3:15, you had 1.1 million shares traded. At 3:30, you had 900,000 shares traded. Somebody was on the buying end of those shares, up at about $960 before you had 3 million shares trading when it collapsed for the final day. Yeah.
And then how about Disney, Kevin, huh?
Yeah. Big numbers in terms of subscribers, but, you know, everyone's worried about now how much money is it costing them to do this, and when is this thing going to be profitable? So not really surprising that Disney's a little heavy here, but, you know, even though that number, 26.8 million subscribers, pretty good number, pretty good solid number.
Well, that number that just came out with this morning about how long it took Netflix to get that number versus...
It's like 4 or 5 years of adding 5 million subscribers a year, which is great growth, right? You know, and they just did 5 million people a year. Netflix was bringing on. Disney does it in the span of 2 to 3 months.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be looking at today, Kevin?
Today, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to do Grubhub and Twitter.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Like I said, it's millennials earnings week.
Yeah.
So
I like
Twitter and Grubhub today.
I'm telling you, man. And, you know, I don't know if you saw this. Yesterday, Facebook came out, an analyst came out saying that Instagram is taking in 25% of the revenue for Facebook. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They bought Instagram at $708 million, and they took in $20 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, Instagram, all you got to do, and Tommy, I'm sure you know this, you engage with Instagram, you start to get how they're monetizing it.
Yeah.
And it's going to work.
And I see a lot of ads. We covered it ourselves. 2 ads sometimes in between every post. I say, whoa, when did that become normal? But it is.
Yep.
Gotta love it. Folks, right here, 45 minutes from now, outstanding program. Kevin, you have a great one, safe one. Look forward to the program.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Folks, Dow up 267, Nasdaq up 35, S&P's up 20. We got to go over to Tesla.
What's Tesla up today?
This is
no, not so much today.
Seriously, you're down $1.26. You're trading at 762.
And what's important to keep in mind is that you were up at 960, so you lost $80 in the final 15 minutes yesterday. We're down 127 today.
Down $200.
We were just playing with some numbers in terms of putting it on a monthly chart, right? You want to talk about some bars, man. It's just extraordinary when you go back to the beginning of is that December? No, is that December?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
January? We're in February. That was my guess. Wow, This is a February bar. It's only February 5th. That's where I was losing. I was thinking this is January, that's December. No, this is your December bar from 327 to 435. There's your January bar from 421 to 653. And your now February bar from 673 to 968, trading at 760, putting it on a weekly. For some context, quite a weekly bar we're getting as well. Talk about parabolic moves, and then back to the daily, because we're getting quite a move today. There's your pullback. There's your high yesterday at 968. And we're going to be back down to 650, I imagine, in no time. Because
can we look at I want to see what the at-the-money puts or calls cost them today. Because yesterday they were at 75 and $80, folks. And as I said a little bit earlier, they went both ways.
Was it? Yeah,
on each side.
Okay. I forget whether it was the one-day move might have been $80, which each one would have been 40. No, because it's saying the one-day move is $30 right now on Tesla. We'll get into actually trading it. Tesla, we'll pull up February 7th. And they're looking, where are we? Oh, no, we're in Twitter, excuse me, TSLA. We'll cover Twitter in a moment. Tesla, now this is a delayed is what's going on, so it's showing 800, but we're at 755.
Yeah, and if you bring up the 21s, that's, well, no, hold, is it 21? Let me look.
That's the weekly. That's the normal weekly.
I'm looking for the...
You're looking at about $80 on each side.
It's still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, so the monthlies are the 21st.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
$80 each side still.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
And just so, I know you went to look it up, for those people looking to think or swim, it very clearly says weekly's here. This is not the weekly. You know that you're in the monthly.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
right,
that's why. So they differentiate it very well. You can minimize these. And yeah, they're looking for a possible implied volatility of 175 points. But guess what? We just got 200 points, man.
We did.
So the market's pricing pretty close to where you better believe it if you want action until February 21st. Yeah.
Okay, oil. Right?
Okay, yeah. So it is Wednesday. Let's get into the whisper number and see where they're looking for crude. We get the oil inventory numbers at 10:30. Crude number, looking for a build of about 3 million barrels. Whisper number and the analyst survey number right in line in terms of pretty close to each other. Jumping back to the underlying.
We got to do good this week. See, we're number 6 now, and overall, that's pretty good.
Okay, we'll see where we jump in.
Week.
We'll put our guess in a moment. We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to put a guess in there.
Okay.
Crude charging higher today from that 3 a.m. run where all the indexes and some of the commodities started. We're at 49.72. We're trading at 51.60. Seeing what kind of action we have in here to start things off. The 11 a.m.s, what's nice is you have action from 51.75. You're only about 15 pennies away from there. I'm just going to see where the noons give us action. Noons are going to give us action from only 51.25 or 52 because we've had a lot of movement today. And then for the dailies, you have 51 as an option for either upside potential or downside potential. And 51. No, this has moved so much is what happened since the daily got set last night that's actually pretty far away from. Now, the only one that is even close that I'm just going to bring up is if you were bearish, not a bad trade here. You got from 51.50 all the way down to 46.50. You're trading 8 pennies above it, so it's slightly out of the money.
You've moved $2 already since last night.
Now, you could short that. You're selling it at 51.13. You're paying $38. It's all premium. No intrinsic value, right? But not bad when oil continues to drop. You're basically capped at 38 cents of loss at 51.50. It's an out-of-the-money option, so you're paying some premium. If you get no movement, you lose it all. But interesting nonetheless. Jumping back to the 11 a.m.s to see what kind of price, if we wanted action on both sides. There's your bullish spread, slightly out of the money. That's going to be a cheap one for 17 bucks. Here's your bearish spread. You're going to be about 15 cents in the money on this one. And so until 11 a.m., you're looking at $50 on the dot. And you would need that $50 of price movement away from 51.75. So we got about a minute and 20.
Okay, so
let's jump over and see where we're trading here.
Interesting. Okay, so let's go with, I don't know, let's do plus 450. They're at plus 300 right now, right? Yeah.
So it's plus 3 million, right? So you'd be going plus, you're looking for oil to decline. Is that what you're saying then?
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a build. We'll find out whether it declines or not.
Now that's a good way to say it, yeah. So we're looking for a big build, and that's going to come in at 4.5 million barrels would be the estimate.
And let's get in the Tigers Den for a second. They talk about that build. Kevin was last night.
For API?
Mr. Bill always knows what the build is. Let's see.
All right, we'll see if we can pull it up.
Yeah.
And let's see what they're looking for gas as well. That number coming down the line. Looking for anywhere from 1.5 to 1.8. We're going to go 1.95, all right?
Sweet.
We'll put our guess in there as well.
Well, I mean, fundamentally, it makes sense, right? That this is last week. We've been shut down now in China for 2 weeks.
Sure.
So, we'll see where it shakes out.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say is that's all supposed to be factored into the estimates, right?
Oh, for sure.
So we'll see how they come in. But yeah, that's probably why you have builds across the board.
Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume equities in this market.
And Mr. Billy's got it for you. Last night, 4.18 million barrels was the API
Thank you,
build.
Mr. Bill. Oh, see, that's cool then, man.
All
okay, so I'm not that far off. Right?
All right, yeah.
We'll see.
We will.
Market-wise out here, the highest Ford. Let's talk about Ford. My God, I heard you on the news this morning.
I know.
1.5 billion they lost?
I know, yeah.
Big number. So Ford's down 89 cents, trading 824.
Yep.
You get Microsoft. Look at that's probably another all-time high. It's up $1.84, trading 181.95. Apple's up 250, 321.
Yep.
Walt Disney's backing down somewhat. Gilead's Sciences off. Gilead's off 257. Not much else out there, man.
How about Macy's up a bit, right?
That's intriguing, man. Now, as soon as that happened last night with Macy's, man, I was jumping on the mall operators.
Okay.
This was because it was after the close, but I was just curious. They weren't trading down. Let me see SPG, what happens. Because these mall operators, man, this is going to be some heavy deal. SPG still not down, man. Interesting.
It's probably not the Macy's in that.
Right. No, I'm with you. But
maybe it was even the other way around, as it almost reiterated that they're going to keep the Macy's in those bigger mall structures.
Right.
Just speculating,
and this is down enough anyway.
Yeah.
It's 191 to 138.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, with these malls, folks, okay, they're making cloud kitchens out of them. That's what they're doing. These big mall operators,
You're going to have to explain that one after the break.
Yeah, we will do that.
Okay.
Dow up 248, Nasdaq up 31, S&P's up 19.5. You're getting a little selling here. The NQs let it down, man. It's amazing what the NQs can do. NQs bring the market up, bring it down. We're only up 7 points right now in the NQs at 93.60. We're coming right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Crude inventories, 3.36 million barrels build.
Yeah, median estimate somewhere around 3 million barrels, so more oil than they were thinking. Gas inventories falling. Didn't we see a build for gas? So we'll see how that hits the market. Gas inventories falling 91,000. Expectation, I believe, was for an increase there of 1.5. Jumping back to the crude chart, no reaction. whatsoever.
Look at that.
Crude trading at 51.50. I think you're seeing that
Built in, right?
this market doesn't really care about EIA inventories right now. They care about whether China is going to be open for business in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yes.
And that kind of driving the action. But as we say that, off a bit, 51.38, but pretty muted action as this market just shakes off that number.
Yeah, no, you can see that. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, well, we'll switch gears for a second. The NASDAQ, you're getting, and the NQs right before coming off, they're getting sold, man.
Yeah, everything kind of getting sold right now. I mean, it's interesting. We're all the way back to where this run started at 3 a.m. You see it.
Right.
Zooming in, I mean, we just went 3 a.m. the run begins from 93.30 all the way up to a high of 94.62, and we're now trading 130 points almost below that level, 120 points at 93.39.
Leave it to the NDX, man.
Hey, how about the S&Ps? Because everything's moving right now. S&P is now only up, I think, 12, 13 I saw. Where are we at? Yeah, up 15. So not quite. You can see the difference, right? Not quite where we were back to in terms of the run really began at 32.91. The S&Ps still 24, 25 points above where we were, as opposed to the NASDAQ giving it all back.
And what does happen, which is amazing, is that when you look at the NDX, you know, the Tesla is, of course, bringing it down 14%. Take-Two Interactive, 4.4. Clack, 4. And Gilead, thank you, 3. You know, so as one of the tigers was saying in the den, they said that, you know, the NASDAQ looks like Tesla. And it does.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got to figure Tesla ran 20% yesterday before it gave it back at the close.
Where are we at now? 756. The low is 752. Yeah. Just curious.
Oh, listen. Every time I bring it up, you can't help. But I mean, these are stories that you'll talk about later. In the Wall Street Journal today, it had that Tesla was acting like Qualcomm was acting in 1999. It was Qualcomm went from $200 to $800.
Okay.
In 6 weeks or something. It was like and then blew up, and I think it went back under $200.
Yeah.
You know,
I heard an analyst talking about either last night or this morning saying they had been short at Tesla and they had given up the short. They said, "Why'd you give it up?" And he said, "Well, when you have people talking about that they're going to make $30 trillion in the year 2030, he said you can't be short a company when it's trading on speculation of how many trillions they're going to make in 10 years, and that's where it had reached.
Right.
You know, this level
And
of like they're going to take over the world in 10 to 20 years.
Right.
Well, good luck shorting a company if that's what's driving it higher, because tomorrow it's not going to disprove if somebody actually thinks they're going to take over the world in 10 to 20 years. Don't expect for a pullback in 5 days if that's what's driving it higher. And I think part of it is those short buying, because you're seeing it today, man. Once they're out of the market, $200 like that. And some of that having to do with the Shanghai factory. But how is that not factored in? We know they have a Shanghai factory. We know what's happening. That didn't change from yesterday to today.
No, no doubt.
Yeah.
Gold, we're catching a little bit in gold out here. Now, let's go to silver first, because what was intriguing here yesterday is that silver, folks, is highly volatile, much more volatile than gold. But yet yesterday, gold was getting whacked, and silver was only down 7 cents. It was like so weird, man. And this is if you're in the metals market, this is a good setup, man. You're coming against strength going back to December 24th. Yesterday, your bottom line, had no reaction. Today, you got to 1746, and you're at 1760. Let's go to the GDX first. So we'll look at the equities first. Yeah, it's not a bad setup. Equities didn't hit the low yesterday. That swing low, 27.68, 27.77.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll see where this baby shakes out. Now, the notes and bonds, this is where this is going to get interesting.
I saw an article about mortgage applications reaching some highs.
Yeah. Huge.
Had to do with, of course, that I'm sure we got down to 1.5 on the 10-year.
Yeah.
The average 30-year rate, I believe, was 3.71%. So
cool.
You're going to see that go up, though.
Yeah.
As in now that bonds have pulled back from where we were.
And, we had the 10-year to hit 130.11. So 130.12 is the high of the 24th.
Okay.
We'll see where this shakes out, but it looks to me that, you're going to get a rejection of lower price again. And if that's the case, it's going to drive people out of their mind, man.
And I'm just going to jump over to that yield because it's just amazing, man. We always say it. We've talked about it many
Yeah.
times, but the moves that we are getting in these yields in a couple days is just remarkable, man. And even if I can back it up,
Yep.
yeah. So we're sitting at 1 point. Now this is Friday. Market's collapsing,
Yep.
right? Dow's down 600 points. You hit 1.50, and we just hit a high of 1.659 today. Just
Monster.
mammoth, man.
Monster
mammoth.
move.
Yeah.
Now, let's just put that on a daily just to see what it looks like. Yeah, that's a good looking, it's a bounce. I mean, but the bottom line is that the thing you want to watch here, too, is that, I guess the 1.669.
If we get to the point that we can't call a 15 basis point move in 3 days a bounce, what's going on there, man? That's I mean, it's...
it's intense.
It is.
There's no doubt about that, man.
Yeah.
And then you got the aspect of these currencies. And we're going to have our amendment, Mr. Teddy Kagestack, coming on, which is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because we've had some big movement in these currencies, man.
We sure have. I'm just going to jump around as well. So TFNN, the front page. Morning market report, right? Today, man, so much going on. Usually what I'll do is I'll put a headline and then kind of a paragraph of what's going on.
Okay.
Today, all headlines, man. So I got charts of all of these in here. You have the coronavirus. You got Tesla, we talked about. Disney adding 28 million subscribers. Ford losing 1.7 billion in the fourth quarter. You got Snap earnings, Chipotle earnings, GM, Macy's with store closures, mortgage refinance rates, applications spiking 15%. So I encourage everybody to check it out in the mornings.
It's a great report. That's beautiful, man. I mean, you talk about getting to understand what's going on very quickly.
So much action this morning. It was an easy show at 8:30 covering what was going on. Just for some context, I included charts for the year so far. So this is the S&P for the year as of January 1st. We got a quick spike to 3181. The highs made last week 3337. Right back up near those highs in the S&P. And interesting when you look at things in terms of, I'm just going to scroll past all the stories that I covered, charts for all of that, but you get down into even 9 o'clock update for a quick take on everything. Gold for the year as well. Interesting, right? 1613, now trading at 1557. I also have oil in there for the year. Check out that chart. I thought that was the most revealing of all.
That.
Oil. Where is the bid in that chart for 2020? Nowhere, man. Just every other chart, right? Some highs and lows. As the economy's going up, it's going down. As the indices going up, going down. No matter what is happening in the price of crude, man, I would be very wary when you see that, what it's doing in 2020 so far.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We're going to have our man, Mr. Teddy Kagestack. We are going to be talking currencies. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 214. NASDAQ is up 1. Believe that? S&P is up 14, gold up 560. Come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 207, NASDAQ down 9, S&P's up 13. Let's go to John in Michigan. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Love listening to you guys.
Thank you
Morning,
so much.
John.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
First thing is not a question. I want to comment on Tommy's beard. As it comes in, he reminds me of Rembrandt and Vincent van Gogh. You know what?
Well, that's a good
I
one.
like
We'll
that.
see how long I keep
Yeah.
it for. It's a little itchy, we'll see. But thanks for noticing, John.
I can see that.
I love
Perfect.
the look, Tommy.
Thanks, man.
And
Thanks.
my
Too funny.
question today is about the dollar and interest rates. I believe yesterday or the day before you were talking about the chance that the Fed's now going to cut us up to about 60% at the next meeting, possibly. And I was wondering if you'd comment on if the Fed cuts rates, what does that have to do? What kind of impact does that have on the dollar? And I'll hang on and listen.
The dollar is still, I mean, our rates are so much higher than the world rates. So, I don't see the dollar getting smoked. I see it going down. But you can see when you're kind of looking at this, we're at 1.63 today, right? France is still negative. This is on the 10-year. Germany's negative. The Netherlands and Switzerland have been negative forever, so I almost can't even bring those up. Do you know what I mean?
No, sure.
But when you look at the percentage-wise, it's dramatic. I mean, so I suspect the dollar does want to back off. What's so intriguing about this is that what continues to be out there that rates continue to go down when you're at all-time highs. Do you know what I'm saying? But it looks like it is what it is. And, as we're talking today, I expect what we're going to see here is this 10-year is going to reject lower price again. And if it does, it is going to absolutely blow minds again. And it seems to do this consistently on a basis. The bond market comes down hard for a couple of days. All of a sudden, it flips around again, goes to another higher high. And, even though we're at 1.61, I mean, we're close to that all-time low of 1.31. What's the other side of it?
We were just at 1.5.
Right.
Yeah.
So
historically, though, when rates get cut, does that make the dollar get strong or weak?
Weak.
Would you say?
Weak. But what happens is that it supposedly gets weaker, but what's going on is that this is a worldwide event. So what's happening is that would still be the stronger currency in a huge way compared to the other currencies because everyone else is going down also.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? So you still want your money in the dollar, even if it pulls back, because all that's saying is that if we're pulling back, then what you have is that I don't expect it to get destroyed. What has happened here, and this is where the pound and the euro are getting some traction. So I expect that you're going to have. I suspect they're going to go up somewhat in comparison to the U.S. dollar. But when you take a look at it overall, the dollar still will be a lot stronger,
Now, may I throw something else in there? I heard a statistic this past summer that 80% of all of the bond yield in the universe, in the world, is coming out of the United States because of things that you already pointed out, that so many currencies, interest rates, not currencies, but so many interest rates are at zero or below zero, that bond investors around the world have been getting killed in their own countries, so they're coming here.
Yes.
So again, if we cut rates, I understand that the rest of the world is begging the Fed not to cut rates. They need that, because of that interest rate differential for bond investors. They have their institutional people that have pensions that have to get so much of some sort of a yield, and they're afraid of their stock markets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
so
you're absolutely right.
I don't mean to be rambling like this, but
No.
I appreciate your insights all the time, guys.
No, and you hit it when you said institutional.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us, I think, up until like 2 or 3 years ago, I had a hard time comprehending this. And I've been bullish in bonds for maybe 6 or 7 years now. But I still had a hard time comprehending it. But then when you start looking at the amount of institutions, I'm talking about overseas now, and pensions and states, and you look at our yield, that's where they have to go. And guess what? If you put your money in the United States, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? You might lose money, but the bottom line is you're going to get your money back.
Right.
And so it looks to me, and what I can't figure out yet, and this is what's like really kind of weird, it would seem that if there's this much cash running around, that inflation should be kicking in. But the core inflation, now that's excluding food and housing, which I don't agree with, but is not kicking in. But I suspect that at some point it's gonna, because that's what seems to be happening in the bond market, meaning there's so much money chasing that yield that it's not operating as it normally would. Normally you would not be at all-time highs, and the yields would be at all-time lows.
Sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And in order to dry that money up, it's not like it's going to be overnight that all of a sudden all that money's gone.
Well, on the flip side, if you look at it this way too, Americans are paying less for their mortgages because rates are so low.
It's huge.
Gasoline prices are down, so we're getting a cut. We're getting a break there. So there are some advantages to the downside that are keeping inflation low, but. I don't know. Food always seems to be getting more expensive.
It is, but when you just brought up mortgages, that's a monster number for all of us. And then what happens there, as long as the landlord doesn't get too greedy, you can keep the rents low to keep your tenant in there. I mean, there's if you're just doing a worksheet on expenses versus what's coming in, that would say that it would be stable somewhat. Now, that being said, what happened in the headlines out here today, where we live, this place is going up double digits. I don't know if you saw it yet.
I had not.
You're gonna be happy. So Tampa, St. Pete, and the Clearwater area, folks, it's one of the fastest rent increases across the country right now. It would make sense because we were at a lower level, but they're at double digits the last year. Yeah. Which I was in shock, actually, this morning. And I mean, I know the market, but that's a big number. You're talking about 18 to 20. Well, I think Tampa's 10%, St. Pete's 18%. Overall, it's like a mix of 17%. In 1 year, that's insane.
That's huge.
That's a big number. But we were coming off a small number. We're certainly not coming off of Boston or Seattle or, I mean, all of that.
Yeah.
Well, Martin Armstrong, a big institutional advisor, lives down in the Tampa area, and he was talking about how real estate has gone nuts down there.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's, we're prejudiced, of course, because we live here. But what happens, because it's Central Florida, we have it, and what I mean by that, folks, if you look at Florida, we're kind of in the middle. And for me, what it means more than anything is that what happens when it gets too hot and when it gets too cold in the winter, we're right in the middle. So we seem to get 3 weeks on the fall side and 3 weeks on the summer side before it gets too hot. Like if you go down to Naples, it gets hot much quicker and stays hot longer. And that makes a difference when people start picking that up. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd say the downside is, the heat when it comes in, it's pretty intense and, it stays for quite a while, you know? So when you can get both sides of it, it's even if it's weeks. In this case, it's 6 weeks. I think that we have better temperatures than whether it's too far north or too far south.
You're a little biased on that one?
Yeah, I'm totally
Just like
biased.
that, I
Come
know.
on down to St. Pete and buy a house.
There
Let's
we
go.
Well, thanks very much, guys. I hear the
Okay,
music.
man.
John, thanks, man.
Have a great
You
one.
guys
Have a
have a
safe
great
one.
one.
You too.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow's up 260, Nasdaq's up 7, S&P's up 19.5. We'll come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 260, Nasdaq up 9, S&P's up 20. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. He's going to be riding quite a wave here, too, man. He's going to be doing of course, he does a great show here every trading day, 12 to 1. He's going to be doing a workshop for his subscribers, 4 to 5:30. This is going to be on February 13th.
That's right, a week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow, February 13th. Man, oh
Time
man.
is flying. I think it's a leap year, man. We got 29 days in February this year.
Dave White is so young. He was born on the 29th.
Oh, boy, perfect.
I know.
He got
He
it
only has a
made.
birthday every 4 years.
What's he turning, 12, 13
Probably,
out there?
yeah.
Perfect. I got to love it. So Basil, a week from tomorrow, in with subscribers to the opening call, 90 minutes from 4 till 5:30, talking about dark cloud cover, an essential market analysis. He's going to be covering with his subscribers the techniques he's using when he's entering trades within his newsletter, talking about the Dow trade that they had, I'd be interested to hear, like we're talking about, what happens when you get this type of a bounce. Are we at a new peak now? Or do we have new positions initiated? And a number of points. Markets have, the majority of the time, a bullish bias, so it takes specific conditions to change the trend significantly. I don't know, man. We're on like a 10, 11-year trend, man. I want to find out what's going on with these change of trends. So check it out. New updates every single day. I'd go through them, but we're running out of time. But check it on the front page. Go through those points. And Basil's got some great archive workshops that you gain access to immediately upon signing up. So check that out on the front page of TFNN. And one check on crude, no action.
Didn't move.
No action on those numbers whatsoever. So that market reacting to China, not worrying about those inventory numbers right now.
Stay right there, folks. You got Think or Swim coming up next. Then our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes. Stay right. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.